still remember the night it all began, the night the air in our small village of Yendi became thick with fear. My name is Kwame, and I wish I could tell you this story was a figment of my imagination. But I lived it, every horrifying second. My family had always been close-knit. My father, Kofi, was a respected farmer, my mother, Amma, a loving homemaker, and my younger sister, Amina, the light of our lives. Life was simple and predictable until the day we crossed paths with the village witch doctor, Nana Boafo. Nana Boafo was a man of many whispers and shadows. He claimed to wield powers given by the spirits, and while many in our village revered him, we had our doubts. My father, ever the skeptic, openly challenged Nana Boafo's authority. He believed that hard work, not superstition, shaped our destinies. This belief was our first mistake. One day, my father found his crops mysteriously withered, despite his meticulous care. Accusations flew and tempers flared. My father accused Nana Boafo of sabotaging our farm, an accusation that didn't sit well with the witch doctor. He warned us with a chilling calmness that the spirits would avenge his honor. That night, the air turned frigid. I woke to Amina's screams. Rushing to her room, I found her thrashing in her bed, eyes wide open but unseeing, as if trapped in a nightmarish trance. Her voice, usually sweet and melodious, was now guttural, speaking words in a language none of us understood. It was as if something ancient and malevolent had taken hold of her. My parents and I watched helplessly. My mother tried to comfort her, but Amina's strength was unnatural. She threw my mother across the room with ease. We were terrified and confused. The local healer was called, but he could only shake his head, murmuring about powerful curses and ancient spirits. The following days were a blur of sleepless nights and desperate prayers. Amina's condition worsened. She stopped eating and drinking, her body growing frail while her outbursts became more violent. Strange symbols appeared on the walls of our house, etched in what looked like blood. At night, whispers filled the air, voices overlapping in a cacophony of torment. My father, his pride now shattered, went to Nana Boafo to beg for mercy. The witch doctor welcomed him with a knowing smile, relishing in his newfound power over us. He agreed to lift the curse, but at a price. We had to bring him an offering, something of great personal value. My father returned home, his face pale and drawn. He decided to offer his most prized possession, a gold amulet passed down through generations, a symbol of our family's lineage and honor. But deep down, I knew it wouldn't be enough. Nana Boafo wanted more than just an object. He wanted our submission, our surrender to his dark will. As we prepared the offering, Amina's behavior grew even more erratic. She spoke of things she couldn't possibly know, secrets from our past and future. Her eyes, once full of life, now glowed with an eerie, otherworldly light. My mother, exhausted and heartbroken, clung to her last hope, praying for divine intervention. The night we brought the amulet to Nana Boafo was the darkest I've ever experienced. The moon hid behind thick clouds, and the air was heavy with dread. We knelt before him, placing the amulet at his feet. He chanted in a language that sent chills down my spine, his eyes rolling back into his head as he communed with the spirits. But then, something went wrong. Nana Boafo's chanting grew frantic, his body convulsing. He had underestimated the curse's power. The spirits he had summoned were not his to control. Amina, still at home, let out a blood-curdling scream that echoed through the village. We rushed back to find her levitating above her bed, a dark mist swirling around her. The walls bled, and the air was thick with the stench of decay. Amina's eyes met mine, and for a brief moment I saw my sister again, terrified and pleading for help. But then the darkness consumed her once more. In a desperate bid to save her, my father grabbed a family heirloom, an ancient talisman we had kept hidden for generations. It was said to be a relic of protection, blessed by our ancestors. He placed it on Amina's chest, chanting a prayer we had been taught as children. The effect was immediate. The dark mist recoiled, and Amina's body fell back onto the bed, lifeless but free from the malevolent force. The symbols on the walls faded, and the whispers ceased. We had broken the curse, but at a great cost. Amina was weak but alive. It took weeks for her to recover fully, and she never spoke of what she experienced during those dark days. My father, once a man of reason, now carried the weight of guilt and remorse. He had challenged forces beyond his understanding, and we had all paid the price. Nana Boafo, disgraced and powerless, left the village. Some say he was consumed by the very spirits he had once controlled. Our family, forever changed, found solace in each other and in the knowledge that love and hope had ultimately saved us. To this day, the events of that cursed period remain a painful memory, a reminder of the thin veil between our world and the unknown. We still keep the talisman, now revered as a symbol of protection and survival. And every night, as we say our prayers, we remember the darkness that once sought to tear us apart and the light that brought us back together. Author's note: this is not just a story, but a testament to the resilience of the human spirit against the forces of darkness. Always remember, sometimes the most powerful weapon we have is love and hope.